Yo, what's up, ladies of TTG, and today we're gonna be going over my regionals. That guy is gonna be using it for North Carolina regional. This is my Guardy, one of the best decks I've made so far. This is with some friends. No, not just for this. Is one of my friends helped me out build this deck. So shout out to him. And yeah, this is like one of the best decks that I have am playing in the season. I think it'll do great during the North Carolina regionals. And so let's start off the list real quick. So we run 4 routes, the standard for every gardevoir deck. You need 4 routes. This got 2 attacks. Draining Kiss for the other one, and Magical Shot does 20. So there we got 4 routes. We have 2 Curlias. Yeah, Magical Shot does 30. Smack does 20. I like the 2 Curlias. We have lots of rare candies in this deck to evolve from. Boom, you guessed it. Gardevoir GX. Now this is the main attacker in this deck. You have 3 Gardevoir GX. I like 3 because you're not really going to be using the 4th one. You're going to be using Glade or something else like with a bench or like Tapu Lele. I'll get to that in a second. So you can spring once during your turn before you attack. You may attach a fairy energy from an energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon. Infinite Force. This attack does 30 damage times the amount of energy attached to the Pokemon. So you want to use Secret Spring, and then Infinite Force to knock it out. And Twilight GX is not a bad attack either. Suffer 10 cards from your discard power into your deck. This helps a lot if you're facing Garbodor, Grandpa, or Espeon Garbodor. Yeah, so yeah. The really hard matchup in this thing is either Espeon Garbodor or just Greninja. Okay, Greninja is a pretty rough matchup too. I want 1 EV for Energy Evolution. Once you attach a energy that evolves from that Pokemon, it automatically evolves from it their first turn. So that's pretty cool. We got 1 Energy Evolution EV, and we got one line of Sylveon GX. Now Sylveon is a great starter because you can automatically evolve to it and it have 200 HP. And if you don't have any other Pokemon besides the active, you can just attach the DCE and knock that Pokemon out. One of the 3 moves. These 3 moves are also very nice. Magical Ribbon. Search the deck up to 3 cards and put them into your hand and then shuffle your deck. So that's pretty cool. If they only want like 2 ends, you can use the 3rd Magical Ribbon, and it's pretty hard for them to get the second end going as well because they want to usually do first turn Bridget. So it's pretty sweet. So Fairy Wind does 110 damage with a Choice Band does 140. Pila GX, it helps me out a lot online. Put 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and all cards attached to them into your opponent's hand. So this helps you out with Volcanion. You're trying to face them in all the situation as well. Like Metal, when it had all that energy, you put the Magnezone and the one that has a whole bunch of energies back into the hand. Pretty cool. Next up, I do want 1 Mew EX. Mew EX helps a lot if you're facing against Buzzwole. You can just use Infinite Force with the Mew EX and other things like that. So that helps out a lot during the matchups against Mew EX. Against Buzzwole. Next up, I do like this a lot. I do want 2 Galades. These help out if you're facing against Zoroark GX because Zoroark GX is weak to Gallade. So we have a lot of stuff that are good against really popular decks. So we are in the clear if we're facing Zoroark, Buzzwole, Volcanion, Metal, and other just pretty much anything. Because I use Gallade for Metal, and they usually use the GX attack, like the Destiny Necrozma and GX attack on Gallade. And Gallade is a 1 price attacker, and it has good attack too. It has Premonition. Once during your turn before you attack, you may look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put them back in any of your deck in any order. So that helps out with the Ranguru can strike for the 3 cards you need, or maybe that 1 card you need, like 1 supporter you need. And Seth's Blade, if you play a supporter card from your hand during this turn, it's actually sending more damage. So it does 130, and with the Choice Band, it does 160. So it's a potentially two-shotter for any basic GXs or EXs, and it's just a one-stage attacker. But if you're going up against like Drampa, gardevoir, or Zorak GX, this is a one-shot for them. So this guy just say, no, you know what? You got an easy knockout. So let me just Guzma you up and knock you out. You don't even need a choice band to go up against them, so that's pretty cool. Next up, you do want to want a Ringaroo for that instructability. Once in your turn, before you attack, you may draw cards into you have 3 cards in your hand for that instructability. Now that's pretty cool. Psychic is really awesome too. This attack does 20 more damage times the amount of energy it attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's just like Energy Drive, but I think it does more. I think not. I think it does like the same, but for a basic Pokemon, it's not bad. I like this better than Orangu because it's easy to set up. It's just a basic, and you don't have to wait a second turn to set up your artillery than your Orangu. Now you do have to run the staple. Yes, I know they're expensive, but you don't have to run them. You have to run 2 Tapu Leles. I know they're expensive. I know they're hard to get and booster boxes and stuff like that, but you don't have to want at least 2 Tapu Leles. The reason why, because the one attack ability, you want to start off with it with Bridget. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may search the deck for supporters. So you want to search for that Bridget you want, or late game you want to search at the end, or the Guzma for your Gallade to knock out that Zorak GX, or to knock out that anything. Pretty much. So that helps it out a lot. And Energy Drive is not a bad attack either. You don't want to use Tropical GX in this deck, unfortunately. Only this is a very, you don't even want to use the Tropical GX. Probably must more use Twilight GX or Pila GX. And you can't really use Tropical GX anyway because it's Psychic. So Energy Drive, this attack does 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to your active Pokemon. This damage isn't affected by witness or resistance, so that's pretty cool. You do want 2 type blades in almost every deck, except for like I think non-EX or GX Pokemon decks. Pretty sure, yeah. So you just want 2 type blade GXs in this deck. Helps out a lot. I know they're expensive. So next up, we're going to the item cards. The item cards are where this deck lies the most. So next up, we do 4 Ultra Balls for consistency. Discard 2 cards from your hand, and then you may search your deck for any Pokemon. So you guys know what that is. You guys know what it does. If you're new to the game, now you know. So next up, here's where the consistency comes through. We do want 4 copies of Rare Candy. Now, Rare Candy, you have to want 4 copies of, or else you're not going to get that consistency. Turn 2 Guardy or turn 2 Gallade if you need it. If you're facing a whole bunch of Zorak GX, I do want that turn 2 Gallade instead of Guardy because that's an easy knockout. So why wouldn't you? Yeah. So choose one of your basic Pokemon plays. You have a stage 2 card in your hand. Evolve from that Pokemon. Put that card onto the bench. Pokemon to evolve it, you can't use this card during your first turn. So yeah, if you can use this card on your first turn, this would be broken. But yeah, so that is 4 copies of Rare Candy. And just wonder guys how much the top of the Lily cards is around $30 to $40 right now. So yeah, it might boost up during later on too. So get your hands on it while you can. Max Potion, heal all damage from one of your Pokemon. If you do, discard all energy from this Pokemon. This card that helps me out a lot when I'm using Gallade, DCE, and then I heal it up, and you can't knock it out. I heal Gallade up, and then put in a DCE, and then I keep on knocking out big attackers, and you can't really do anything about it. So that's the Max Potion I have for there. So Max Potion is really, really good. And almost any stage 2 decks because you want to keep attacking with that same Pokemon over and over again. Next up, I'm liking the 2 choice band because you don't really need 3 because even though you just get field blow away, you just use choice band and when you're about to attack, you don't really need to use it when you're not attacking, so what would be the point? So I think 2 is fine. I don't think 3 is good. I think 3 would be the most that you would want to use. Force is too much. I think 2 in this deck is really, really fun because you pretty much have Infinite Force to boost it up, boost your attack up, and I mean, and you can use Secret Spring too. And then this Choice Band just doubles it when we're ready to attack. We're ready to go to put more damage. So what the card does is this attack of this Pokemon. This card is attached to you, do 30 more damage to your active Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX. Next up is the one and only Field Blower. So what Field Blower does, choose up to two and any combination of Pokemon tools, cards, and stadiums, cards, and play. And use your opponents and discard them. So if you're facing them against stuff like Gardevoir, Espeon, a Gardevoir, or a Drampa, we can just get rid of that tool removal, and so we can use our abilities again. And it really comes in handy, and it just works really, really great. Next up, we do want a copy of Rescue Stretcher just to get some Pokemon back into the deck, or we can just get it. If you have a Rare Candy in hand, we can just search up that Gallade that we just lost, or Guardy that we just lost, and Rare Candy it again. So that's pretty nice. And we do want a copy of Super Rod. Super Rod, what it does, stuff with 3 of any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard power into your deck. So that is pretty cool. Do want a copy of Super Rods. Then it's time for the supporters. Now these supporters are really slim, but it works really good because you don't see it too much and you don't see it too less. So we do want 2 copies of Professor Sycamore, discard your hand and draw 7 new cards. So that's why we have him. Just in case we want to have no cards in our hands for a Tapu Lele and we want to one tag for a Sycamore, just draw a fresh hand of 7 new cards. And just in case we don't want to end our opponent. Next up is Guzma. Now we need 3 copies of Guzma. This is the only supporter that we have 3 copies of because you want Guzma like Sora 3X is. We want to Guzma of Drampas and Dragon Guard has seen a lot more play lately. And you want to give somebody that damage Gallisapod or Tapu Koko so you can't retreat. And to Gallisapod to get that first impression. So switch one of your opponent's best Pokemon with their active Pokemon. If you do, switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So as I think this is better than Lysander because you can switch your Pokemon too. So yeah. Lysander was good, don't get me wrong, but he does better. Next up, we got 2 copies of Anne. Now what this card does is each player shall fit his or her hand into his or her deck, and then each player draws a card from each of her or his remaining prize cards. So this is going in the beginning of the game and at the end of the game if you want like a fresh hand, or you're just trying to end your opponent to 1 card in the hand, and then you have a whole bunch of cards that come back and stuff like that. Or you have 2 and the opponent's you have 2 prize cards, the opponent has 1 prize card, they have a whole bunch of cards in the hand, they're ready to go next turn, you just end them. And you can't do nothing about it unless you have like artillery or something to draw 5 cards. That's really annoying and stuff like that. I just leave their hand how it is, just they have artillery because they can't really draw anything else. So yeah, so that's why we want 2 copies of N in this deck. Next up is Cynthia. Cynthia is that new supporter that we needed from Ultra Prison because you know what, N is about to get rotated in October, so we need a new supporter that can replace it, and Cynthia is the right call. So if we hand it to you their deck, then draw 6 cards. We want 2 Cynthias because I think 2 is the right number for any supporters. And yeah, I see this card a lot actually, and I can just Tapu Lele it. I didn't really need to. So Cynthia is a good way to shuffle your card into shuffle your hand into your deck if you're trying to get a fresh hand, not trying to discard any of your resources that you may need. Budget search your deck for 1 basic EX or 3 basic Pokemon, except for Pokemon EXs, and put them onto your bench, and then shuffle your deck. This helps you set up your routes. And I usually get 2 routes in the ring groove, so I can start setting up for next turn. And yeah, so going first is a big factor, but you can always win going second. Doesn't really matter if you're going first or second. That's how you play. So 2 bitches is always the right key to go, just in case you prize that 1 Bridget or anything like that. And next up is that 1 Skyla. Skyla helped me a lot and online, and I just wanted to put it in here because I used to play with Skylar, and I took it out and then I put it back in, knowing that I needed a lot more. Search the deck for a training card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So for your deck afterwards, so you want to get a rare candy out if you don't have it. You got Skylar, you can get that Sycamore for next turn if you really need it, or Choice Band, or Field Blower, or you can get Perilous City, and this deck was really good. So that's it for Skylar. And this juicy tech I want in here, one copy of Gladian. And what Gladian does, look at your face down prize card and put one of them into your hand, just in case you put prize in a Guardy or a Gladi or a Glade, and you have Rare Cat in your hand, and you have no other Pokemon. As when you bridge it, you can just get Glade and you can get it going. So Gladian, and you can get it going. So that's pretty cool about Gladian. One copy of Gladian. Now it's time for the energies. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we want 7 fairy energies. So that's pretty cool. You got 7 fairy energies. And then to finish it off, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 DCEs. And then 1 Perilous City. Well, Perilous City helps a lot when you start off with it. You bridge it, you do all you think they're supposed to do, and you put down the Stadium Perilous City. Now they only can put 3 Pokemon on the bench. So that's pretty much going to be it for today's deck profile that I'll be using for Saturday for North Carolina Regional. Hopefully you guys like. Comment below, share, and this has been Lucky 17D, and I am signing off. See you guys later, and have a great day. Peace.